Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, hello creepy friends, welcome to Slams and Bobs. It's been a while since we did anything WWE, don't you think? It's been a very long time. I didn't do a post show on July's pay-per-view. I think I got lazy. I think someone had a day off the day after that pay-per-view. Was it Payback? No, was it Battleground? Do you know what? There were so many pay-per-views between about May and July that my brain is still fried. I still don't know what we're doing and when we're doing it. I'm still entirely lost, but this Sunday is indeed Summerslam 2015. It is 4 hours long. Do I think it's necessary to be 4 hours long? No, that should be reserved entirely for WrestleMania. But it's going to be 4 hours. I have been training my mind to stay awake for the last 2 weeks. I can get as far as 2 o'clock quite successfully. Last night, I actually sat up and just played with my hair for about an hour. That took me through till about 1:30 because I'm going to a wedding next Saturday, so that kind of kept my mind active. You want to see my ultra cool handbag for this wedding? You're going to see it. So this, how cool is it? I guess I could call it The Undertaker, couldn't I? Do you think? So SummerSlam, I feel like they left it a little bit too late to really do a lot of matches. It seems like the focus of it was, well, there were 2 focuses. One was The Undertaker and Brock Lesnar. Now, the night after Battleground, Payback, whichever one, the 2 of them just, and it was the most amazing thing ever. I'm gonna kill you, you're gonna have to! It was so powerful, and for some reason R-Truth talked down Brock Lesnar, but then we had the "Don't touch me" of Brock Lesnar here on YouTube, and I just thought that was amazing. Don't touch me, I said don't touch me, but okay. So they kind of put a lot of emphasis on those 2, and then they attempted to do it with Rollins and Cena. However, as you know, Cena's nose ended up on the other side of his face about a week in, which was one of the most awesome injuries I've ever seen. And I have to give John Cena a little bit of kudos for actually carrying on with the match, because that nose must have hurt like a bitch. It must have really, really hurt. So I have to give him full marks for carrying on. It probably wasn't the tap blood running of Joey Mercury and John Morrison. Do you remember that? It was before they were M&M, them versus the Hardys, and Jeff whips the ladder up in his face and it was just like this tap of blood just streaming down. I think it's probably one of the cooler injuries behind Psycho Sid and Bob Holly's back cut. Do you remember that? So I'm going to go right down the card and we're going to go through and discuss each match the normal format. So starting with the top that we just mentioned, Brock Lesnar versus The Undertaker in a singles match. Now I'm going to make one call here. The referee's going to get knocked down and they're just going to beat 10 bells out of each other. After what happened at WrestleMania, I do worry a little bit that maybe Taker's biting off more than he can chew. However, I think the latter of us, I know me and my friend Lance have been saying that we think that probably due to his absence, Masked Kane will appear, cost Taker the match, and then they're going to go on to WrestleMania next year. And perhaps that's going to be the retiring point for them both. If they retired together, I would be a happy, happy fan. That would suit me down to the ground to see Masked Kane and probably an older school Undertaker, because he's gone back to his American Badass attire right now. To just see them go at it one more time and for that to be the last match. I've always said Undertaker's last match in that company should be Kane. Triple H couldn't do it. Shawn Michaels couldn't do it. Kane is the man. And I still think that the only one who should have broken the streak should have been Kane. But that is neither here nor there. If that happens, cool. If it doesn't, I'm looking forward to seeing how they're going to factor Masked Kane in. I'm assuming if my other call happens, then they could put him with Seth Rollins. Next match, Randy Orton versus Sheamus in the singles match. I feel like this has happened before. I think we've been at this point before, and quite honestly, if Sheamus loses this match, then probably he's going to go on and do something at the end of the show and possibly cash in Money in the Bank. And it's not particularly one I'm jumping for joy about. It's not one that I think's had a lot of build up. It just feels like it's suddenly been added there and I'm going, what? Seth Rollins versus John Cena for the United States and the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. That bloody mouthful. I think Seth Rollins is going to end up controlling the match for more than one reason. They haven't been able to build themselves up because of Cena's injury. There hasn't been much build up at all between them. I wonder if they just didn't know what to do with Seth and just went, just give him Cena. That's kind of my mental call of it. Again, I'm kind of annoyed because I'm kind of concerned that John Cena's going up with another title run. Kane doesn't interfere in the Undertaker's match. Possibly he'll come back and interfere in Seth's match, cost Seth the WWE title. Sheamus runs down and cashes in, therefore kind of getting his own back on the Seth Rollins thing from WrestleMania. Possibly Brock Lesnar might interfere in Seth Rollins' match and then they can build up. I'm not making a call for this match because I don't know. I wonder if I can see Cena losing at all. Ryback versus Big Show versus The Miz. Now, Ryback's match was cancelled from the last pay-per-view because he had that whacking great staph infection behind his leg, the poor man. I'm enjoying The Miz because you love to hate the guy. He's so fantastic at being hated that I really am quite enjoying what he's doing. Ryback, I've never been a huge Ryback fan, and I hope they bring prestige to the IC title because I feel like it got prestige and then it's kind of lost it a little bit again, which is a shame. I don't want to see that happen. Triple threats are no DQ, so obviously perhaps they can have a little bit of weaponry fun there. Probably not though, because it is PG. The Wyatt family versus 2 out of 3 members of The Shield. I think this is going to steal match of the night. I really do. I think these 4 are just going to go at it and knock the crap out of each other. It's one of the ones I've really been looking forward to. I'm wondering why they edited Roman Reigns' daughter out of kind of the creepiness of Bray Wyatt. Maybe some people didn't like that, or maybe Roman himself said, no, look, that's too much. Who knows? Either way, they have had a good build-up between the 4 of them. It's obvious that was where they were going, and I still think a couple of years ago at WrestleMania, they should have just had all 3 versus all 3, because the crowd were gagging for it. The crowd are gagging for this. There are some calls, though, that Dean or Roman will turn on each other. I can't see why they would do that, personally, unless they're going to go with them 2 at it. But then I did hear plans last year that towards the end of this year, they were going to reunite the original Shield. So I can't really see why they'd turn one on the other. Again, I just want the 4 of them to have a great show. It doesn't bother me who wins. Possibly the Wyatt family are going to win. I don't mind. I'm really a happy person, a happy fan, as long as they just have one of the greatest matches of the night. Okay, Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match, and this is going to take me a little while to get my head around. The Primetime Players versus Los Matadores, the Lucha Dragons, who I love, and... Does anyone else like Kofi Kingston skipping? My Dean, who hosts the radio show I'm part of, hates he comes out and goes... If I had the guts, I would go out in my back garden and just play the music out loud and just do that and record it for you. I'm tempted to do it downstairs, possibly in the post-show, because I'm going to be so knackered in the post-show that I'm just like, there you go, yipping. So generally with these kind of things, there's one team on either corner ring post and they can tag anybody in at any time. It doesn't seem to be an elimination match of sorts. It just seems to be more Fatal 4-Way, so whoever gets the pin first is the winner. You've got 4 great teams there. Am I bummed that they're not doing more with the Ascension? Hell yeah! They should have been the destruction of the tag division and the Ultimate Warriors, per se, of the Ultimate Road Warriors, let's go there, of the tag division. But yet Vince didn't get them, so consequently they have suffered and they've not built and they've not got the main crowd support, which is a shame because I personally think they're amazing. I would honestly like to see the Lucha Dragons win because I think they're a lot of fun, but again, they haven't really had main card build up as such. Maybe this would give them some, but I just worry about how much support they've got as opposed to the hatred that the crowd have for New Day and the love that the Primetime Players have because everyone's always doing the dancing. I'm holding a lot of hope for it as being quite a fun match because there's a lot of more aerial teams in there, certainly with Lucha Dragons and Los Matadores. Kofi can obviously do quite a lot of fun stuff himself, as we've seen in many Royal Rumbles. Stephen Amell and good old Pac versus Stardust and King Barrett. Now that promo from Monday Night Raw with Barrett and Stardust shouldn't have worked, but it so did. It was amazing. I love Stardust. I just think the charactering is amazing and it's something that the company needs because we say this probably every wrestling show. All that we get in there is a name and a surname. We have no fun characters. Stardust is that fun character that the main roster's been lacking, that the whole company's been lacking, probably since just after the Attitude Era ended. And he's great. He's great. The thing with Stardust is he can get the crowd support and he doesn't really even have to hold a title to do it. I would like to see him get the IC title, don't Don't get me wrong on that one. Pac, as in Neville, this is amazing for Neville, or Pac, as we're gonna call him one or the other, to be given kind of a push with Stephen Amell, who is Arrow. I kind of don't want Neville to do all the work and then for Stephen Amell just to get the pin and therefore take all the glory. I think it's probably going to be the joke match of the show. However, it's a good thing for Pac to be getting such a main spot, and for it apparently not to be the pre-show. I have no idea what the pre-show is yet. It doesn't seem to say that there's going to be a pre-show. I know they'll probably start the pre-show at like 10 o'clock UK time. So we're going to go from basically 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like 7 hours. It's like a whole shift of work of WWE for me. That's how bizarre it is in my world. Team Bella versus Team Bad. The bad one being Naomi. And PCB. You know, I'm a big Paige fan. I love me Becky Lynch. I think the whole steampunk theme of Becky Lynch is just amazing. I love the way she looks. I love her whole energy. I know she's been through a lot in her career and in her past, and to be here now must just be amazing for Becky. Charlotte kind of had to earn me a little bit, I think. Not in a bad way, but in the way that with Paige and Sasha and Becky, they've all come up from being on the indie circuit and they've really heavily earned it. Perhaps to a point Charlotte got in by her dad. However, it was hugely said that she wanted to be a wrestler from a young age, but Flair tried to put her off. I love her energy in the ring. I do think they're trying to push her probably as the head of the Divas, or the main woman of the Divas division. The face is what I'm looking for, that's the word. It's a 3-team elimination match. I hope it comes down to no member of Team Bella whatsoever. And to anyone saying that Paige did really badly in her podcast with Steve Austin, I don't like any of you. I totally disagree with you. The reason being because I loved hearing all those stories. I mean, alright, she sat there and did this all the time and continually said the word like yes. I hold my hands up, that was very, very annoying. That was quite aggravating to constantly. But then at the same time, I'm going to say she was sweaty. She'd just come from the ring. I know she just had her hair done. And when you have your hair done as a woman, you do keep touching it. You can't kind of help it. The like thing was probably a nervous thing, and also from living in the States for quite a while. As long as Team Bella's not in it, and as long as Naomi's not in it, I'm a happy camper. Get rid of them first. Nixie be a happy girl. Last match was probably added just recently, is Dolph Ziggler versus Rusev. The returning Dolph Ziggler. I have got to give entire kudos to Lana for running the show for these four for the last 5 weeks. She has been bloody amazing. She has owned everything she's done. And I've said it before, I like Lana as long as she doesn't try and wrestle, because then she would be the model actress turned wrestler, and I don't want to see her pushed like that. I like her just being this feisty talker manager character. I think she's fabulous at that. I do want her to change the outfits, because I know she had some pictures in different outfits on WWE.com. Change that, get her in a new attire, and I love it. I'd like to see Dolph Ziggler win, because as you know, I'm not the greatest fan of Rusev. He's kind of really gone down in expectations. 10-match card means there's probably going to be a few quick matches. I would think that the Wyatt family versus the Shield would get time. Obviously Taker, Cena, they're going to get time. Oh, wait, I'm wrong. I've missed a match. Kevin Owens versus Cesaro versus Dad. He still looks like Dad, although he doesn't come down in that bathrobe anymore. I've not got much expectation. They've had a little bit of build-up, but again, it's all done so quick. They're focused on mainly Undertaker and Brock Lesnar and constantly repeating the same stuff. So we haven't really had much build-up for much. Women have had a great build-up, but again, that kind of disappointed me to a point, because I thought that was going to be more feisty. They had that big, when they introduced Charlotte and Sasha and Becky, I thought it was going to be constant wars of we're superior, and it wasn't. It's just been all good girl fights, and I wanted more war. Obviously they're going to have quite a few quick matches, kind of done and dusted. I think that due to the Divas Revolution and the fact that we've been waiting for this for a long time, they're obviously going to give the women a lot more time than usual, which is refreshing. But that's a big card. That's quite a big card. I mean, that's about 20 minutes a match over the course of about maybe 15-20 minutes a match over the course of 4 hours. So there's going to be a lot, and that's without any talking segments or backstage segments. That's going to be a pretty packed card. I wonder if maybe Cesaro and Kevin will get pushed to the pre-show, as I said. That could happen. I kind of don't want Dolph Ziggler. I think Lana deserves that spot just for herself right now. So I don't think they're going to get pushed to the pre-show, but, you know. Thank you for being here for this little talk. I think it's gone on longer than normal, but we've had a lot to discuss today. If you would like to join the BWR chat room for the live show, we will be in there probably from about 11 PM UK time. Basically, whatever time it starts in your region, backtrack an hour, we'll be there. I will put the link down here. We don't show any kind of streaming. We are not that kind of site. It is our radio page site. We use the chat room and just all convene in there and discuss things as we watch it on our own television screens. About 9 o'clock that night, we will be doing our own BWR radio. So if you would like to join us for the actual radio show, if you try and get in about maybe 2 to 3 hours before the actual show. Also, NXT is the night before SummerSlam. What a brilliant build-up will that be? There's a couple of people on there pulling double duties. They do that and then they go and do the one the next day. Wow. That will be cool as well because NXT is always somehow considerably better than WWE right now. So if you would like to join us for the pre-show or just the actual SummerSlam, it's up to you. Links are down here. We will be in there. I will be in there chatting and probably falling asleep. I'm always ridiculed for falling asleep while the shows are going on, as some of you well know because you may have been in with us before. I will see you on the Monday or the Tuesday whenever it publishes for the post show. If I actually do it this time, I should do because it's probably going to be one that I'm sitting there going, ah, but I hope so. I hope I get really, really excited because it's been really good. Please. I will see you all again. And next week is the wedding, not of myself, but of someone else. And there'll be a tin time on that because I've had countless anxiety for this and so much anxiety and so much. Okay. I better stop because I've really got to go and make food so I can go to work. See you later, everyone. Bye.